the name of Allah, my dear students of ninth class, I welcome you all by the Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hope you all would be fine and happy, inshallah ta'ala. Today, what we have to do, we will go through the exercise, the solutions of the questions of the chapter drainage. Drainage, as we recap, I'm going to show you by this map. Drainage, there in the chapter which we have already discussed in the classroom, there are various rivers. We do have a good drainage basin of India. We have peninsular rivers and we have perennial rivers, rather you can say perennial and non-perennial rivers. Perennial rivers in the north of India and non-perennial rivers that you can find in the south of India. This map is showing, these blue lines are showing the rivers flowing through India, where we have the Ganga river, we have Brahmaputra river, we have Indus river, we have various tributaries and distributaries of these rivers, like we have Yamuna, we have Satluj, Ravi, Bias, Chenab. Okay, we have Gangotri, we have Ghandak, we have Mahanadi, Narmada, Tapti, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, other rivers are flowing through India. Now let us go to the exercise directly, the textual questions. Firstly, we have some MCQs. I want to describe these questions and solutions so that you can understand it well and can learn it easily. For example, the first question is, choose the right answer from the four alternatives given below. First one is, in which of the following states is the Wular Lake located? Everybody of you must be knowing this, because Wular Lake is found in our Kashmir Valley. Here the options are Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir. Obviously, the answer is Jammu and Kashmir. Second, the river Narmada has its source at where is the source of Narmada river? It is a Satpura, Amarkantak, Bhagmagiri slopes of Western Ghats, and the this source of the Narmada river, it is Amarkantak. The correct answer is Amarkantak, and this Amarkantak is in Madhya Pradesh. Third is, which one of the following lakes is a salt lake? We know we have fresh water lakes, we have salt water lakes, we have man-made lakes, natural lakes, etc. Here the options are Sambar, Wular, Dal, Gobind Sagar, and the right answer is Sambar Lake. Sambar is a saline salt lake which is 80 kilometers away from Jaipur and 64 kilometers away from Ajmer Sharif. Okay, now going to the fourth part, which one of the following is the longest river in peninsular India? Here the options are Narmada, Godavari, Krishna, and Mahanadi. Which one among the following is the longest river? Okay, among the peninsular rivers, you have to see which one is the longest, and the answer is Godavari. Okay, this Godavari rises from Western Ghats in Maharashtra, and these flows towards the into the Bay of Bengal. Okay, now there is another, the fifth one. Which one amongst the following river flows through a rift valley? What is rift valley? We have discussed in our classroom that a rift valley, okay, rift valley is a rift or a fault. Okay, it is constructed when there is a divergence of these plates, diverging plates, and the rivers, the Rift Valley rivers flowing between two mountain ranges. Okay, for example, there are various examples in India, and amongst these, Mahanadi Krishna, Bhadra, and Tapti. Here, the solution answer is Tapti, or you can say Tapi. Another examples for this is Damodar or Narmada. Those are also the Rift Valley rivers in India. Now, answer the following questions briefly. You have to answer these questions briefly. For example, the first question: what is meant by water divide? Give an example. What is water divide? And give an example. Here, the solution is any elevated area, a high area, okay, such as a mountain or any upland. It can be a hill, it can be a mountain, it can be a plateau, etc., that separates two drainage basins. As such, an upland is known as water divide. That means any elevation, any this divide, any divide, and any barrier, we can say, that divides two river basins, that's called the water divide. Here I can show you an this diagram of water divide. This is water divide. You can see here stream A, stream B. Stream A shown by this orange color, and stream B is shown by blue color, and there is an upland which is called as water divide. Now let us go to the question where it is. Okay, this now the second question is, which is the largest river basin in India? Largest river basin, areas, the coverage, the we can say the catchment area of a river. Okay, and the largest river basin, largest catchment area of this Ganga has the longest river basin. Ganga river basin is the largest river basin in India, is the answer for this question. Now the third question is, where do the rivers Indus and Ganga have their origin? Indus and Ganga, these are the two perennial rivers of India, and the origin of Indus is Mansarovar Lake, that is found in Tibet, and Ganga river has an origin in Gangotri glacier, that is found in Uttaranchal. Here you can see the answer. Indus river origin near Mansarovar Lake, Tibet. Ganga river origin Gangotri glacier in Uttaranchal. Here I okay. Now the now the fourth question is, name the two head streams of the Ganga. Where do they meet to form the Ganga? The head streams, or we can say the tributaries of India in this Ganga, are Alakananda and Bhagirathi, and these Alakananda and Bhagirathi met each other at a place that is called Devparag. Here I will show you this. Sorry, yeah, this is Devparag, and these are the two waters of Alakananda and Bhagirathi, and they meet each other at this Devparag. This is a place showing Devparag where two waters meet each other. Now again going to the question. Here, why does the Brahmaputra in its Tibetan part have less silt despite a longer course? Brahmaputra, when it is flowing from Tibet, when it is flowing from this Ladakh, it is having less silt. Okay, when it is coming into India, when it enters India, it is having much more silt, or much more amount of silt there. Why so? Okay, in Tibet the river carries a small volume. Okay, this is having a small volume of water and less silt. Why? As it is cold, the region is cold and dry area there, that means there is not much volume of water, much amount of water there in Tibet because of the coldness and the dryness of the area. In India, it passes through a region of high rainfall. Okay, when it enters India, there in this Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, etc. Okay, that area is having abundant rainfall. Hence, the river carries a large volume of water, and considerably the amount of silt will be more. Which two? Now the question is, which two peninsular rivers flow through a trough? There is a trough. Okay, and which two peninsular rivers flow through the trough? Here, Narmada and Tapti are the two peninsular rivers that flow through the trough. Here, I can show you by a diagram. No, there isn't any diagram like that. Yes, here you can see in the westmost part below this Gujarat, Narmada. You have Narmada and Tapti, and this is a trough. Okay, where from they merge. Okay, now again going to this now the seventh question: state some economic benefits of rivers and lakes. These lakes and rivers in India are having economic benefits. Like, rivers have been of fundamental importance throughout the human history. Okay, because it is having it suffices our various needs. We can say water from rivers is a basic natural resource. Okay, it's a natural resource which we are receiving. It's essential for various human activities, like we use it for drinking, we use it for cleaning, we use it for irrigation, we use it for our industries, we use it for the cattle to feed our needs, etc. Therefore, river banks have attract settlers for ancient time. That means you can see various settlements that are on the river banks. Using rivers for irrigation, navigation, and hydropower generation is of special significance, particularly to a country like India, where agriculture is a major source of livelihood of the majority of its population. As India is dependent on agriculture, and the basic need for agricultural development, agricultural production is water. So here it is having benefits at all. Okay, now the third question is given are below are given names of few lakes of India. Group them under two categories: natural lakes and human created lakes, human made lakes or man made lakes. Here we have examples: Vuller, Dal, Nainital, Bhimtal, Gobind Sagar, Loktak, Barapani, Chilka, Sambar, Rana Pratap Sagar, Nizam Sagar, Pulikat, Nagarjuna Sagar, Hirakud. Now, here it is categorized under two headings: natural lakes and man-made lakes. In natural lakes, you can see we have Vuller Lake, that is found in Jammu and Kashmir. We have Dal Lake, again in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. We have Nainital, that is found in Uttarakhand. We have Bhimtal, that is found again in Uttarakhand. We have Loktak, that is in Manipur. We have Chilika, that is in Orissa. We have Pulikat, that is in Andhra Pradesh. We have Sambar, that we discussed earlier, that's in Rajasthan. We have Barapani, it is in Meghalaya. Now, some man-made lakes, the lakes made by the government, made by the people to suffice the needs of water for the local people, or to generate electricity. We have Gobind Sagar Lake, that is in Uttar Pradesh. We have Rana Pratap Sagar, that is in Himachal Pradesh. That we have Nizam Sagar Lake, that is in Telangana. We have Nagarjuna Sagar, that is found in Andhra Pradesh, and we have Hirakud, that is in Orissa. Now, Here is fourth question is, discuss the significant difference between the Himalayan and the peninsular rivers. uh, what are Himalayan rivers or the perennial rivers, and what are the peninsular rivers? Himalayan rivers are the perennial rivers. That means these rivers are having waters that are flowing throughout there. There is no scarcity of water. There is no breakage of the water. They do have this water availability throughout there. That means these are the perennial rivers. Himalayan rivers receive water from rains and snowfall, okay, because of having Himalayas over there. Now we have peninsular rivers. These are seasonal rivers. These are not perennial rivers. They do not flow throughout there. They have the paucity of water, okay. These depend on rainfall, mainly the monsoon rains. During dry season, these rivers get dried up, okay. Compare the east flowing and the west flowing rivers of the peninsular plateau. The peninsular rivers, or some rivers here are flowing westwards and some are flowing eastwards. West flowing rivers, there are only two long west flowing rivers like Narmada and Tapti. They go into the Arabian Sea. They flow into the Arabian Sea, okay. In this Narmada and Tapti, they have a lesser number of tributaries. They do not have much tributaries. They form estuaries. These west flowing rivers are form estuaries. What are estuaries? You should know that estuary is a wide part of a river at a place where it joins the sea, okay. When it joins the sea, when this river joins the sea, it forms a wide part of a river, or we can say a tunnel like structure, that is called an estuary, and it carries lesser segments. They do not have much sediments at with it, okay. Now there are east flowing rivers. There are majority of these peninsular rivers are east flowing. You do have examples here. Many major rivers there are. Here it is Mahanadi, Kaveri, Godavari, Krishna. They flow into the Bay of Bengal. They have many tributaries. They form deltas. They carry large sediment than west flowing rivers. Here, delta. What is delta? Delta is a triangular form. In spite of this estuary, that is a wide part, they do not form a structure that is that's only like you can say that is not having any particular structure, that is rectangular or square shaped tunnel is there. But a delta is that place when a river joins the sea and it forms a triangle like structure, that is called a delta. Now the question number 6 is, why are rivers important for the country's economy? Okay, why these rivers are important? What is the importance of these rivers for the country's economy? How can is it for to boost the economy, or it is having the negative impacts on economy of India? Let us discuss. Rivers have been of fundamental importance throughout the human history, as we all know, okay. They have an importance. Water from rivers is a basic natural resource essential for various human activities. Therefore, riverbanks have attracted settlers for ancient times. These settlements have now become big cities, as we had in the previous question. That water banks were the areas where people prefer to live for the agriculture, for their survival, etc. They prefer to live on the river banks. Because of that very settlements, we have big cities now on the river banks, like you have Mumbai, Goa, etc. Okay, now you can make a list of the cities in your state which are located on the banks of rivers. There are various cities. You can have even metropolitan cities or over there. Using rivers for irrigation, navigation, hydropower generation is of special significance. by having this irrigation, navigation, hydroelectric, we can boost our economy, we can increase, we can generate even our economy, particularly to a country India, where agriculture is the major source of livelihood for the majority of its population. This was all regarding the exercise, the questions of this drainage. If I will give you the solutions on my WhatsApp number, and inshallah ta'ala, I hope that you will learn these. And if you have any confusion regarding this, please commit, and you can even call me, or you can even message me. Thank you all.